Here's Arias. That's right. Alex Arias, after 4 years with the Marlins, has a great role as one of baseball's better utility men. Played more often at third than anywhere else, but he saw action at all 4 infield positions, including his first game at first base ever. And as a pinch hitter, he was very successful last year. 10 for 28 and 8 RBIs. So a good man to have around. Alex out of New York. A spray hitter. Doesn't strike out much, nor does he walk much. Two and one the count. Two and two. So the Dodgers all night long getting so close and no cigar, and now buried under a 7-3 Marlin lead. The Dodgers losing tonight would then be just 2 games above 500. They were 10-4 after they played New York, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. So they're in danger of going 1-5 since they started playing Houston, St. Louis, and Florida. Foul back. So 2 walks, and then the bomb by Charles Johnson. 7-3 Marlins in the bottom of the 7th. Foul back. To repeat, when the Dodgers bat in the 8th inning, Karros, Mondesi, and Hollingsworth. Tomorrow night, Pedro Estacio and Pat Rapp. Then the Dodgers move on to Atlanta. They figure to get Tom Glavine Monday night and maybe Terrell Wade Tuesday night. Line drive, base hit for Arias. So what he does so well, he does again. Comes off the bench, gets a base hit. And the batter will be Castillo.
RBIs. Jeff Bagwell of Houston, then Larry Walker, 3rd place. Jeff Kent of the Giants, 4th place. And now Moises Alou. And that's a base hit for Alex Arias. Eisenreich scores, and so does Sheffield. To 3rd base goes Alou. And they're starting to bust it wide open now. And the bullpen gets busy for Colorado. It is 9-0.
Well, this is kind of a payback situation. This ball is not hit hard. We mentioned how the Rockies did that in the first ball game to win. This pitch is hit right off the end of the bat and is blooped over second baseman Eric Young's head for a base hit. And Arias drives in 2. Arias drives in 2 more.
So 3 runs have scored for the Marlins here in the 7th inning. They lead the ball game 9-0. Mike Dejan is
Rolls coming from the left side of the diamond. And you'll get a look at it. The ball is hit down the left field line. I think Bichette thought he was going to get there in time enough to hold him to a single, but he does not. Castillo way off the line. Now watch, by the time Bichette gets there, he really thinks he has a shot at him. He hustles and throws it, but it's so high it's in the sun. And the second baseman Eric Young was having problems seeing it. Watch Young run away from it. He's backing up, trying to just knock it down, but good job by Larry Walker to back up. And there, that's what he sees coming from the left field side.
He's just looking right into that.
3 times tonight. Alex Arias has singled and grounded out. And our Wees remembered tonight recalls the final road trip of '83 when the Wees kids clinched the division. Remember where it was?
I was already asked that question earlier tonight.
Did you give him the right answer?
I still don't know.
Chicago.
I thought it might have been Chicago. Now, we clinched twice in Chicago?
Yes. Once in Pittsburgh.
Twice in Pittsburgh.
No, twice in Montreal.
Right, okay.
And once in Pittsburgh for the 5 division championship. Phillies have never won a division championship here at Veterans Stadium.
Well, it goes to show you. This is the last home series. It probably won't happen here.
Pretty tough. 1 ball, 2 strikes. An awful lot of things that have to go right this week. But they just want to play them one at a time right now and beat the Florida Marlins here tonight as they lead 6-1. Arias fouls it away. And it counts 1-2. Here are the standings as the Montreal Expos are not playing tonight. They play Atlanta tomorrow. There you see it. The Cardinals will probably finish 3rd. Fouled back.
One thing you don't have to worry about when you're in a race like this is to take them 1 game at a time. That is no problem. You're taking it 1 pitch at a time. And you don't look ahead or anything. Now, you'll watch the scoreboard. I'm not saying that. But you don't start thinking about who you're playing next week or what's happening tomorrow. You're looking at it 1 pitch at a time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And with all the nervousness in town right now, people are saying, well, you got to sweep. You got to take it. And the point of it is, no, you win tonight.
Yeah, that's it. And nervous, you bet. Everybody is nervous, but it's the players that can focus that energy into something positive. You don't go up there and try and hit the ball out of the stadium because you feel good. You know, you have to focus it into something that's going to be positive for the team.
Arias continues to chase bad pitches and fouls another one back. And the count remains 2-2 on Alex Arias, the 3rd baseman. Originally signed by Chicago Cubs. Richard and Robin Bingaman Jr. from Sunbury celebrating their wedding anniversary today. Got a nice note from their children Carrie and Ryan. Married on September 20th, of course, so they really enjoy listening to us, Jay, and Mr. Maddox, it says. Great respect for you, Gary.
Yeah, I can understand.
Ground ball in the hole, a base hit to left field for Alex Arias. And another hit for Florida. All singles thus far. That is number 7 or 6.
I mean, Kurt Schilling, that's his 100th pitch. 33 balls, 67 strike, a good ratio. But that pitch was right where he wanted it. It was inside, and how Arias was able to hit that ball.
Michael Mims picks up his first strikeout, and now he'll deal with Alex Arias. Arias filled in at shortstop for Abbott the last 3 games, and now he's playing 3rd base for the suspended Pendleton. Good pitch on the outside corner, 0-1.
Alex Arias has been a Philly killer for a long time. He came into the game last night as a 400+ lifetime hitter. Went 0 for 3. Brian Gorman checking out the position of his back foot, trying to keep him in the batter's box. And he is in the batter's box.
1 ball and 1 strike to the former Cub, Alex Arias. Phillies trail early 3-0. 2 RBI single by Greg Colbert and an RBI double by the Hawk Andre Dawson. Good breaking ball. He swung on top of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside, it's 2-2. See Dawson at the bottom of your screen on second base, turning 41 years old next month. He was actually contemplating retirement earlier this season because things were not going his way, but he has hurt the Phillies in 2 straight games.
Well, he's from Miami, so this was a perfect chance for him to still play and be comfortable in the area. Basically living, you know, he's basically at home now, being able to play for the Florida Marlins, who play out of North Miami.
429 home runs, 314 steals. He is destined for Cooperstown. 2,700 plus hits. Tough play for Hayes on the fair ball down the line. No chance. And a good play by Duncan to keep the ball in front of him. And that'll be an infield hit for Alex Arias.
It's one of those innings right now for Michael Mims. Everything down the line is a fair ball. Charlie Hayes does what he can with it. I mean, it's a fair ball. Now he tries to bounce it over, and Duncan does a great job of coming off the bag, blocking the ball, and making sure that it doesn't get by him and allow Dawson to score. Duncan saw right away that they weren't going to be able to get the runner at first, so he took defensive action by coming off the bag. Arias, who is playing at third base. Gary Sheffield has a bad right shoulder, cannot throw, probably will not start a game the rest of the year. He can be used as a pinch hitter. So Arias is going to see some time at third base. He's also a shortstop. Saw him with the Cubs last year. In fact, he had a 5-hit game with Chicago last season. 1 ball, no strikes to Arias. Wicked foul out of play right side. Look out. And the count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike on him. And that fan has a baseball.
Happy fan.
Next pitch to Arias. Line drive center field on a base hit. Dexter fields it on a couple of hops and gets it back in, and that's hit number 1 tonight for the Florida Marlins. We've been told that Pat Rapp, 3 and 5, will be the starting pitcher here against Ben Rivera for the Florida Marlins, thanks to Charlie.
A 1-out base runner for Alex Arias, who's 1 for 2 with a single. No score, top of the 6th. Up and in. Dalton wants to talk with Mike Williams. Estrada has not stolen a base.
Well, they keep pouring it on. What that was that a 7-run inning they're working on, I guess.
3-1 when that 4th inning started. Still batting. And McGriff, who follows McGriff? Justice?
Justice, yeah. Right, Justice and then Pendleton. There they just put that on the board, the score. And the crowd reacts. See, that got the crowd into it. That's what I'm talking about. Whoops.
There's a base hit. Phillies do not get Alex Arias out. Everything he hits finds a hole.
And Mike Williams right now is into his 6th inning, and he has pitched 6 innings 1 time this year. As you look at Arias getting that base hit in the hole, he pitched 6 innings against the Dodgers in that marathon 20-inning game. In relief, 3 other times he's gone 5, and Johnny Padres on his way to the mound, so he could be starting to blow out right now, and they're going to get the bullpen up.
And call the Phillies ticket office at 463-1000 for tickets. And a high pop-up base hit for Arias. Like the ball was in the air quite a while. That Navy Notre Dame game sponsored by Super Pretzel Soft Pretzels, Herman's World of Sporting Goods, WOGL, and the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Eisenreich didn't get his normal good break on this ball. This is the right fielder's ball. It's a tough play for the second baseman because it was in the air a while, but yet it wasn't that high. And Eisenreich just didn't get a real good jump on this, and then I think he just decided, well, I better get into my damage control and not let it hop by me.
See you Dream Week, 938-1200. Make that call right now. They'll get back to you as soon as possible. Alex Arias, the batter. He walked his first time up. Arias, Conine, and Carrillo will bat in this inning. Jammed him, and he still gets a hit. Arias is now 6 for 7 lifetime off Ben Rivera. He walked his first time up tonight. When the Marlins have a leadoff base runner, and believe it or not, that's their first hit of the game. They've had base runners the first time they get a hit.
Rivera tried to get the fastball in on him, but he got too much of the plate. Like Arias, he tried to drive it right back up the middle, even though he didn't hit the ball very good. On turf, that's an easy hit.
Here's Conine, struck out on a curveball his first time up. And Conine gets one to right. There's Eisenreich in perfect position, one away.
That's like, you know, ditto. Eisenreich right there, Eisenreich right there. He must just go over those scouting reports with a fine-tooth comb, because it seems like all year long he has been in the right position for all those little blue flies.
It is now officially fall in the Delaware Valley. 8:22, fall is with us. Ryan.
That's a shame. What a career he has had.
Nolan Ryan going to hang him up at the end of this season. He's been on the disabled list a couple times this year, and that just probably did it for him. Alex Arias will lead off against Roger Mason, and Mason's first pitch is chopped high in the air, and that'll be a base hit. Nothing Hollins could do about that. So once again, the Florida Marlins have the leadoff man on.
Well, you have to play up guarding the bunt, and you get a high chopper like this one. All the third baseman can do is, you can see the ball hit right by the home plate area. All he can do is watch it. Had Hollins been back in a normal situation, he might have had a chance, but in this situation, you can't play that way. You got to play in.
That outstanding play to take a hit away from Ben Rivera. Came over from the Chicago Cubs in a trade. He came over along with Gary Scott, the Villanovan, for Greg Hibbard.
Florida made 4 trades on expansion draft day, the one that Harry just mentioned, and another one, of course, involved the Phillies with Danny Jackson. A third is for the guy who is on deck, Walt Weiss.
1 ball and no strikes to Arias.
There's Weiss, who had a terrific career with the Oakland Athletics, interrupted several times by some serious injuries.
He's a good hitter, but he's such an adept 8-hole hitter that they keep him in that spot, even though he's hitting a lot better than a lot of the hitters earlier in the lineup. Here's Arias's catch.
What a great play this was. I mean, as Harry said, that's a base hit off the bat, and you saw where Duncan was as that ball was just coming over Arias's head. Duncan was already at second, and if it had kicked away at all, he would have been able to score on the play.
Two balls and 1 strike to Arias.
We saw Arias last year in the Cubs uniform when they were playing so many different players at shortstop, with Dunston out so much with injuries. And Arias looked like a pretty good player, but they like Sanchez better. And Sanchez has done a good job for the Cubs this year.
Now, there aren't too many shortstops with the ability of Ray Sanchez. He's a good one. A lot of good shortstops in the league, of course, when you talk about Ozzie and you talk about Barry Larkin. Sanchez is a fine-looking young shortstop. Two balls and 2 strikes to Arias. Base hit to right field. Conine takes the turn, and he's heading for third, and he's going to be out by 10 feet. I don't know what Conine was thinking going first to third. That ball got to Eisenreich in a hurry, and he's thrown out easily at third base for out number 2.
Well, Florida's playing like an expansion team fundamentally tonight. The bad play by Estrada early. And as Harry said, I mean, this guy's a shooting duck. A dead duck, I mean, look how much he's out by. Fine throw by Eisenreich, but he could have thrown about a 3-hopper and gotten him.
2 outs, runner at first base, and the batter is Walt Weiss. He's hitting at .309.
2 down. Here's Alex Arias, and he takes a ball. That big wall in left field, you notice the clock in the middle. That's the highest part of the wall. It's 30 feet high there, and it gets as low as 23 feet high in other locations. So to get a home run over that wall, it kind of depends on where you hit it.
Well, you keep calling it the big wall.
That's what it is to me. But
Okay.
I'm very basic on these things. Base hit for Arias. Hit number 3 for the Marlins. 2-out single here in the 4th inning.
One of the things I was talking about is Butch Henry's arm speed. If you slow your arm down, a hitter can realize what's coming. That's an off-speed pitch. But this was a fastball that didn't get in where he wanted it. and Arias was able to fight it off and line it to right field. He wanted that fastball in more towards the inside corner.
Okay, Neil Hartman, thank you very much. Alex Arias, a second baseman for the Marlins, leads it off, the 7-hole hitter, followed by Walt Weiss. Maybe a pinch hitter for Charlie Huff. 5-0 Phillies in the fourth, as Rivera's had a lot of control problem tonight. He's walked 5, struck out nobody, and given up 3 hits, but some great defense by the Phillies and bad base running by the Marlins have kept their ball club from scoring. Ground ball to third. Nice play, Hollins.
Whoa.
Can't get him. Good play by Dave Hollins. The throw is wide, and that'll be a base hit for Arias, his second hit of the game, and hit number 4 for Florida.
Dave, an off-balance throw. Great stop. Kind of letting it fly. Might have had him with an accurate throw. Well, maybe not.
Sometimes they'll use the AstroTurf if you can, when you're playing on turf, and get a true bounce over there, not so on grass and dirt. Alex Arias, the batter, 2 for 2 with a single to right and an infield hit. These guys have left 8 on through 4, and now have 2 on in this inning with 2 outs. Truck is holding Conine on at first base with a right-handed hitter, Arias, up. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Alex Arias from the New York City area, formerly the property of the Chicago Cubs.
He looked like a pretty good ball player with the Cubs.
You know what it was? I think they just liked Sanchez a little better, so they didn't protect Arias, and he was drafted by, or actually they got him in a trade for Greg Hibbert, who is now in the Cubs starting rotation.
Arias did something that I've never heard of anybody doing in the major leagues. 5 hits in a game off the Pirates, all against a different pitcher.
That's right. I remember watching that game last year. It was an early game like Labor Day or July 4th or something like that, and the starter in that game was Wakefield. There's a fan with a souvenir. Two balls and 2 strikes on Arias. 5 hits off 5 pitches. Good play by Dalton, and he's really been testing a lot of balls in the dirt. So the count full at 3-2. Kruk now tells Rivera he will play off the runner Conine at first, who will be off on the pitch. There you saw Kruk. Hard ground ball, and there's a base hit. So the Marlins finally make the Phillies pay, and they're on the board at 7-1 on an RBI hit by Alex Arias. Stopping at second base is Conine.
That'll be an unearned run because of the error. Arias 3 for 3 now. He really got the barrel of the bat on a, looked like a pretty good fastball inside part of the plate.
Then Rivera cues one into shallow center. It's gonna, oh, what a catch. What a catch by Alex Arias. Took a hit away from Rivera. And Duncan might have even scored had he not hung on to that ball. There's a great catch by Arias. Wow, that'll retire the side. Phils get 2 in the inning. They do it with 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Phils.
Notes waiting for you when you come in.
Yeah, I know why you guys didn't do these. You can't read them.
Here's Alex Arias will lead it off, followed by Brett Barbary, and then Orestes Destrade here in the 4th inning. 2-0 Phils lead it. Ben Rivera gets a curveball over first strike.
Mike Contudis in Northeast Philly, recuperating just out of the hospital.
Rivera tonight with 3 strikeouts through 3 innings. Arias playing tonight. Magadan is injured. That's a bad elbow. so they have Arias playing at third base for him. Alex Arias, formerly with the Chicago Cubs, had a 5-hit ball game last year for Cubs.
He looked like a pretty good ball player over there. I think the Marlins really made some good selections in their expansion draft.
That's a fair ball. See what happens. Eisenreich gets on it quickly, and Arias will stay at first with a long single. Got a good bounce off the box seats down there right to Eisenreich.
Well, there's an art to playing those ricochets off the lower box seats. First thing you have to do is make up your mind that it's going to hit the lower box seats. If you miss on that one, sometimes you wind up chasing that ball in the corner, but that had the facing of those seats by plenty, and Eisenreich played it perfectly.
And Brett Barbary, the batter.
The Phillies with a 6-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Alex Arias leads it off. He's 3 for 3. He has half of the Marlin hits. Wayne Huizinga, the owner of the Florida Marlins, surrounding himself with key people here.
Pretty key.
1 ball and 1 strike. On the count to Arias. Ayrault gets ahead of him 1-2. Ayrault is in his 2nd inning. He struggled in his 1st inning, gave up an infield single and walked 3, forcing in a run. Ben Rivera in the 5 innings he worked had 7 walks. Only 1 strikeout. Marlins have had runners on base in every inning, at least 2 of them. And it's a full count.
Andy Miller here from Elkins Park. Want to say hi to his folks back home.
Another hit for Arias. He's 4 for 4. So the Marlins have 7 hits, and that fella Arias has 4 of them.
Not bad for a guy hitting .230 when the game started. And he's hit the ball hard all 4 times. Hit it sharply. Knocked in a run. Another run scored on a bases loaded walk.
Phils with a win will have a 9.5 game lead over St. Louis, 10 over Montreal. One strike to Arias, who's 1 out of 3 with a sac fly and a run batted in. Tigers lost tonight 6-3, but that Cecil Fielder hit 2 more home runs. He's been on a tear.
17 now?
Yep. Poked into center, and that'll drop for a hit. Dykstra takes it on 1 hop. So Arias is a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring up Brett Barbary. Barbary has struck out, grounded out, singled, and lived on an error.
Alex Arias up there takes outside for a ball. He popped out his first time up. Arias, Weiss, and Armstrong due to face Tommy Green, bottom of the 5th. Phils with a 2-0 lead. 1-1 the count. Arias was 4 for 4 last night, and he was the guy that David West hit. Caused a little problem late in the game. Just missed with his curve.
That's 42 pitches now for Tommy Green, Whitey. 30 strikes and 12 balls. That is
outstanding when you consider you're in the 5th inning.
Ball 2 and a strike on Arias. Just a little low. Green hasn't walked anybody, really hasn't come close until this batter. Full count. Green's only given up 2 hits, both singles. Ooh. Well, he got jammed. Will they get him? Nope. Arias with an infield single. Green had the best shot at catching that.
Yeah, except his follow-through had taken him too much to the first base side. Talk about jamming a guy. Look at this. Bat splinters. And look where Tommy Green is. See, his follow-through takes him over to first base side. He can't get there. Even if Duncan fields this ball, he's not going to get Arias.
Shortstop Walt Weiss, the batter.
Arias playing at third base, formerly with the Cubs. Arias, a .276 hitter with a homer and 12 runs batted in. And Mulholland misses low. On deck is Walt Weiss, a switch hitter.
You know, I had a chance to talk to Renee Latchman while we were playing this old-timers game, and I said, Renee, I said, you guys are playing pretty good, surprising a lot of people. He says, Jay, he says, these guys really don't know how well they can play. They're going out, they're having fun. I'm trying to keep a loose ball club. He said, of course, the key to our success, obviously, is Harvey in the bullpen. He said, but, and they know that if they can get a lead to the 8th inning, we got a heck of a chance of winning this ball game. So these guys are going out, trying to get some runs, you know, by scratching, kicking, fighting, bunting, getting on anywhere they can, hoping they can get to that 8th inning because they have a great deal of confidence in Brian Harvey, and obviously it's turned out very well for him.
Latchman's always writing something down during a game. Line drive left center field. This is trouble. Thompson gets to it and cuts it off. He'll throw back to second. Good play, Milt Thompson. Keeps Arias at first base. Moving over to third is Santiago. There's an example of knowing what base to throw to.
You're so correct, because what has happened is with that play by Thompson, the Phillies now have still kept the double play in order. So if Mulholland can get a ground ball to one of his infielders, they got a great chance of maybe turning the double play. And they can play a little bit in on Weiss, shorten up. He's not going to power the ball by the infielder. So that's why you want to keep the double play in order. And Thompson did exactly that, getting the ball quickly back to his infielder.
Veteran, though, who has the ability to go out there and get the job done, regardless of whether or not he has his best stuff.
Quick move, and he almost got Felix. And it's starting to rain a little harder now. Not a real heavy rain, but the hardest it's rained so far tonight.
Now, how many innings is it before it's final? What's an official?
No, that's not what it was. Well, in this case, it would be 4.5.
Okay.
Lewis is due to bat 4th in this inning, and they're going to get a bit like Corsi up. Strike call. Lewis has done a good job since he came into the game. There you see the trade for Alex Arias coming over here. He was not in the expansion draft. Danny Jackson was another guy that they selected and then traded. As was Hibbert. Cubs are just so well stocked at shortstop they could afford to give up an Arias. Junior Felix, a leadoff base runner. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Arias with Walt Weiss waiting on deck. Down the line, fair or foul? It is just foul. That would have been a ground rule double.
Well, I think last night's ball game for the Phillies was a very important ball game. I mean, not do or die by any means, but it was good for them after having lost 3 in a row. I mean, St. Louis, there's the how close that ball came to being fair. Pretty close, but still foul. You know, they lost 3 games in a row right off, and St. Louis had won 3, so it gotten down to 8.5. And then the Marlins, I mean, the next night, after winning the first game, comes out and takes an early lead. I thought it was very critical for the Phillies to battle back and take that game.
They did last night. They had a big inning and scored, 5 runs in 1 inning.
They batted around.
5 runs in the 5th, batted around. Right tonight, they batted around, scored 4 runs in a bat around. So they've hit Florida with a couple of innings. Good piece of hitting by Arias. And Felix takes a big turn at second and will hold there. So Mulholland is not sharp at this point, and the Marlins are putting the ball in play, and they have 2 hits in this inning, and they have 6 overall.
See, I think with Terry, you know, maybe not getting the oomph on the pitch, but I think it's primarily having trouble with his location. Throwing a lot of bad pitches right there.
Arias showed he was trying to go the other way, too, with 2 strikes, and did it.
Well, Mulholland, what he dictates where you hit the ball normally. He'll dictate that, but he's throwing it right down the middle, and the hitters are hitting it all over the place.
Now, they hadn't hit many home runs in this ballpark early in the year, but lately they're starting to fly out here. The Florida Marlins are last in the league in homers. They don't hit a whole lot of them, but you wouldn't know it this afternoon.
67 home runs for the Marlins, including the 3 they have tonight. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Arias, who had a game earlier this year where he was on base 5 straight times against the Phillies, 4 hits, and he was hit by a pitch back on May 17th in this ballpark. Liner down the right field line, foul out of play. Arias had a game at Pittsburgh in September of last year when he went 5 for 5 off 5 different pitchers. That's not easy to do.
Happy 67th wedding anniversary today to Roy and Bertha Bixler of Minersville, Pennsylvania, and happy birthday number 66 to Jim Ullman.
Did he swing? No, he did not. Appeal made to Hirschbeck at first. No swing. I believe they're announcing this is the first 3 home run game for the Marlins, because I heard him say they've had 2 home runs in the game 11 times. That pitch was up a little bit, and Arias liked it and fouls it back. 2-2.
Yeah, well, when you only have 67 home runs at this point of the season, you know, you're not going to have a whole lot of 3-4 home run games, but they are jumping all over Terry Mulholland tonight.
It's amazing how many of them have gone out over that left field scoreboard tonight. You expect to see balls hit off that scoreboard, and we saw 1, but we've seen 3 sail over it.
Well, it's a bandbox to left field here. There's no doubt about it. It's a true ballpark to center and to right and right center. Left field, if you can get one in the air, you can get a lot of cheap home runs here. And not that these are that cheap, because they've hit them pretty well, but in a lot of other ballparks, some of them are going to be hitting the wall.
Arias takes it in the dirt. That runs the count full. It's 3-2 on Alex Arias, filling in tonight for Walt Weiss.
Another birthday tonight to Carmel Silvestio from South Philadelphia.
The 3-2 pitch coming. On the ground, foul ball. Well, one thing tonight, we've seen so many bases on balls in this series. Tonight, Huff has walked 2, but Mulholland has walked nobody.
Well, he's been too true tonight as Terry Mulholland. Normally he doesn't walk people, but he uses the corners real well. Tonight he's in the middle of the plate and up.
Phillies still a little strapped in the bullpen. They'd like to see Terry be able to go a ways. Here's a base hit. And believe it or not, that is only the 2nd single of the ball game, and the only other single was a bunt.
Talk about in the middle of the plate and up. That's where that was.
The Marlins have their 8th hit. They have twice as many hits as the Phillies. They lead it 6-4 as their pitcher Charlie Huff comes up, and he'll be up there to bunt. He's sacrificed 4 times.
All year long, he's had a total of 5 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. That's a 257 times at bat. He's a big, strong guy. You'd think he'd hit with much more power.
Well, I think one of the reasons, Harry, is the fact that he still is only 1 year removed from all of the back problems, and he's still pretty much mending. Perhaps next year coming back, he will be a lot stronger, and maybe with that, the bat will be quicker, and he will get the extra base hits.
There's a line drive into center field, and there's Arias again. Boy, oh boy, is he hitting the ball. A line single to center. And that brings up Mike Morgan.
And right away he's in the game with a big lead. His 6th year in the Braves organization. You see his numbers at Richmond. Almost all of his appearances in the minor leagues have been as a starting pitcher. And he's moved up one level every year. Rookie league, Macon, Durham, Greenville, Richmond. Combined minor league record 47 and 34.
Boy, isn't this true to form with Bobby Cox, too? If you're a new player added to this ball club, don't think you're going to go here and get a nice, comfortable seat to sit down. He gets young players in the lineup as quickly as anybody you'll see.
Just off the corner, 2-1. Ebert, an 18th round pick in the '94 draft. Born in Anaheim, California. Out of the Cal State Fullerton program.
Still going to college. He's in the Victor Valley Community College in the offseason.
Behind in the count, 3-1. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Only 22 years old. Here's the 3-1. Out of play, right side, 3-2. He has only pitched 5 games in relief in his entire career professionally. 3 in the Gulf Coast League back in '94 and 2 at Greenville in '97. All the rest of his games have been starts. Still 3-2. Crowd of 29,183 on hand tonight for game 2 of the '99 season. 2 more games of the Phillies on this opening series, or in this opening series, and the Arizona Diamondbacks come to town. There's a line drive, base hit. Winds up being a 2-base hit off the bat of Alex Arias, who was on the pinch hit for the pitcher.
I talked to Dave Wallace about Isringhausen the other day. He had been going down to the minor leagues and watching Isringhausen throw. So he's throwing the ball very well. The only thing they are concerned with is bringing him along slowly, where when he comes back to the big leagues, he's going to be strong and he's going to be effective.
1-0 to Alex Arias, who takes on the inside corner.
That was prior to some of the problems that developed this week.
Officially, tomorrow's starter is still undecided. But the plan had been to go to Alan Watson, again pending weather conditions the rest of the afternoon today. 1 ball, 1 strike to Arias. Right there. And Reed quickly ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Arias has been brilliant as a pinch hitter. Now Leiter hopes that some of those video detections will prove beneficial for his next start. Outside with a slider, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So that's the beauty about video. You can get in there and you can examine what a player is doing, and you hope you picked up something. You can't beat video.
Got that right. And the 2-2 line foul.
We got cameras talking back, acknowledging, patting themselves on the camera, I guess.
If it shrugs its shoulders, we're leaving.
Up. Is he humble?
Great. You just found the world's first cocky camera. A conceited lens, if ever there was one. Ripped into left field. And Alex Arias has a 1-out single.
Well, we talked about Arias as a very good pinch hitter. He's hit safely in his first 6 pinch hit at bats this year, and he takes a pretty good pitch from Rick Reed, hits the ball hard in the left field. So Alex Arias continues to swing a hot bat. Playing shortstop today in place of Desi Relaford.
Arias hitting at 281. Playing at shortstop tonight because they didn't particularly want Desi Relaford to face a knuckleball pitcher. He can foul up the hitter's swing, especially a young hitter. Arias has been around, so he can handle facing it.
He's faced Wakefield a couple or 4 times previous also. Helps a little bit, I guess.
2 for 4.
Yeah. There's Desi.
Make it 3 for 5 for Alex Arias. The Phillies have been hitting the knuckleball. All of them singles, but they have been hitting it. The 4th hit given up by Wakefield.
There's it's up a little bit. See how it starts up about waist high and breaks down to the knees. That's the one you can hit. When it's that one and above, when it starts down at the knees, it's tough for hitters to lay off, but that's the one that will get hitters out.
And John Zuber in the on-deck circle to bat for the pitcher Perez. Strike called, Alex. Arias coming into the game batting .271. There's Ryan, who will be the 3rd Phillies pitcher today. 0-2. Reader continued to work very fast. Two balls and 2 strikes to Arias. There's 1 out, nobody on base. Giants with a 9-2 lead here in the 5th inning. Foul down the first baseline. Kirk Reeder, 27 years of age. He's 6'2", 207-pounder out of Centralia, Illinois. What? Alex beats a curveball foul into the Giants dugout. Montreal took him in the 18th round back in June of '91. Here's your Pico Energy Power rankings. Mark McGuire with 45, Sammy Sosa 42, and then the American League Junior with 41. Fly ball hit pretty well to left field. Bonds is going back. It's going to go. A home run, Alex Arias. Alex's first home run of the year, 9-3 in favor of the Giants.
That ball is carrying today.
It sure is.
Alex got that ball up just enough to his last home run, June 7th of 1997.
And he has 10 career home runs now.
He gets this ball up about letter high. He got it up there, got on top of it, hit it up in the air, and it is, as I said, it's carrying. Warm day here.
John Zuber, the pinch hitter. Zuber got a pinch hit last night. He has 3 pinch hits and 15 plate appearances.
To get him in.
Kevin Jordan stays at second. And the pitch to Arias is outside. Alex has a single. He's also struck out. So the Phillies have answered back with a couple of runs here in the 6th inning and trail 8-5.
It seems like they get somebody on. Wakefield has more trouble from the stretch.
Pop foul out of play. Yeah, and it's not like he takes a big windup or anything either. He just, when he does work from what is his windup, he just rocks back a little bit and flips that thing up there.
Well, we've seen these guys come back time and time again. In fact, one of their better comebacks was when Schill got hit around early in Chicago.
That ball's hit well to left center field. Open spaces. Jordan will score. Arias on his way to second. It's 8-6 now in favor of the Red Sox as the Phillies have picked up 3 here in the 6th inning. Give Alex a double, his 4th of the year, and his 11th run batted in.
Well, it's the knuckleball here again, and you see that ball. See where Hatterberg reaches up for it, reaching up waist high. Alex just drills it out there. Darren Lewis does a good job playing it off that wall. It's advantage playing in Fenway. Outfielders know which way the ball is going to go when it hits this fence.
Arias is now
number 6, the center fielder.
4 for 6 lifetime off Wakefield. One of the reasons why he's playing tonight. And that's going to be it for Wakefield.
And obviously speed is important qualification to be able to play day in and day out on this unforgiving surface.
Jerry Hairston has added that a whole lot of spark to the Orioles situation as Alex Arias stands in. Arias has taken over the shortstop job for the injured Desi Relaford, and well, he too. So I guess he said, Mike, well, everybody else is. I might as well join the party. Come off the bench. He's been one of the best pinch hitters in the National League this year. And now he's making his 33rd start at shortstop, and he too swinging away at over a 300 clip.
Well, they're all hot. Just a question of can Juan Guzman just keep making quality pitches? Look at Terry Francona, the youngest manager in the major leagues at 39 years of age.
Doing a very fine job here in Philadelphia. A lot more excitement, Mike, as we hit town about the Phillies again. They're going into the All-Star break on Sunday with a chance to have their best record going into a break since 1995, and of course their '93 club, the last one that tasted postseason here in the south side of Philly when they went to the World Series.
It seems like they had a 3 or 4 year plan, and they've accomplished it in a couple of years.
There it is, our director tonight, the newlywed Bill Bell and his lovely wife Elisa joining us here and coming back to work after their nuptials last Saturday afternoon as Arias bounces it foul. Now see, this is Bill's hometown. He grew up here in Philadelphia, so he's well aware of all the sport goings on as he watched as a young man. Where'd you sit, Bill? Up in dead center field? No, you didn't. He's trying to tell me he sat behind home plate. I know better. He sat up under the Liberty Bell.
Right by that lean on us sign. Must be in the front row. Bill was well connected.
Oh yeah, very well. Ground ball by Ripken and into the corner and left. Alex Arias, extra bases. Got a stand-up 2-base hit. And that baseball, there's kicking off the angle as the stands leak toward the foul line in the left field corner. There it is, but Abreu hit it hard between Ripken and the bag for the Phil's second double of the night and their third base hit.
Well, just out of the reach of Cal playing off the line, just out of that outstretched area. Then the speed on this AstroTurf positioning is crucial. That's why infielders love to play behind a pitcher with control. If the ball is supposed to be in, it's delivered there, you can cheat a couple of steps.
Force you to swing at that pitch down there. Frank Foley's very consistent, though. He is a pitcher's umpire. Mostly he'll give you a little bit off the plate away. Not much inside, but it's consistent. Hitters and pitchers, they know what they're getting with Frank Foley.
Alex Arias hitting at 273. 1 ball and no strikes to Arias. Birthday wishes to Marianne Bissey at Haddon Heights, New Jersey, from Mom and Dad Tina and Jason and Aunt Mary. Desi Relaford sitting this one out. That's falling awfully fast, and it's going to drop in for a base hit for Alex Arias. Looping single to left center for Arias. He is a 1-out base runner for Scott Rowland. Thus far, and the batter will be Alex Arias, who is 0 for 2 with a walk.
Of the 10 walks tonight, 1 of them has scored thus far. So that's an understatement. They haven't made him pay for it.
And here is Alex Arias. Kevin Jordan has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Jim Poole. Wayne Gomes stays up in the Phillies bullpen. One strike to Arias.
10 walks ties a Cardinal season high, and you wonder if they won that game. There's Batalika. You figured Ricky was going to get into this one tonight. He sure wanted to.
Line drive to left, but it is hooking foul and into the corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Alex Arias.
Alex will do that every once in a while. Well, he'll get a ball middle in and turn on it and hit it down the line for a home run. Just a little too quick on this one because it was hooking the whole time.
No balls and 2 strikes to Arias.
And we threw something on the field out in center field, so we're going to have a little delay while they get it out of there. Paper towels.
So Manny Ibar will have to wait until they get that off the field. Randy Wolf goes for the Phillies tomorrow against Garrett Stevenson for St. Louis. Final appearance of the Redbirds here at the vet this year. Ibar, who's out there now, is a 24-year-old young Dominican. One, 2 to Arias. Close. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Line drive hit to right field, going all the way to the corner. Marlon Anderson is being waved around. Arias will hold at second. It's now a 5-3 ball game. An RBI double by Alex Arias.
See, Alex just hung in there with Ibar, battled him, finally got a slider out over the plate and sliced it into the corner. It bounces away from McEwing a little bit right there. But Alex has been in trouble with a Charlie horse. He's got a really sore leg, and there's no sense of taking any chance of going to third when you're down by 2 runs. Now, Tony La Russa is going to make a double change, it looks like.
Going to bring in Ricky Bottalico to pitch here in the 8th inning of a 5-3 game.
It's Harry.
All right, thanks, Wheels. Brock, 28-year-old right-hander from Orlando, Florida, delivers a called strike to Alex Arias, who has singled and grounded out. Brock on for Taveras. Went a third of an inning, gave up a hit and a strikeout. Chris Brock is appearing in his 10th game since the call-up, 0-0 with a 3.44 ERA. 18 in the 3rd innings, 20 hits, 7 runs, 12 strikeouts, and 5 walks. 2 balls and a strike to Alex Arias. Phillies on top 4-1. We're in the 7th inning. Missing inside, 3 balls and a strike. Brock was called up July 17th when they disabled Sean Estes. Estes about ready to return. Line drive to left field. Bonds won't get it. Base hit, Alex Arias. That'll bring on Kurt Schilling, who'll try to move him along.